Okay, people, we're starting video number 4. We're reaching the end of the class. For this part, we're going to review approaches. Okay, so let me show you my screen. Top down approach. We already discussed this in class. Remember, this is a review. But if you want to take notes, please take notes. Learners use background knowledge, context, and prediction to understand. Now, when I'm talking about top down approach, that is the specific definition. It focuses on the big picture first and then the details. I'm using a picture of a forest here because I like to compare top down to this. You look to everything together, to that big picture, to the main idea, to the overall as a forest. However, we also have bottom up. Now, learners build understanding step by step. How do they do that? Focusing on first letters, then sounds, then words, then sentences, and then meaning. Now, this is the sequence of how they learn it, but this is bottom up. They focus on details. Now, we have the picture of the trees. Instead of having a forest, a big forest, now we're going to focus on each one of the trees. Now, this is very useful for beginners who need to decode the language systematically. That means this is the system of how you learn with bottom up approach. Remember, first letters, that's the first part. Then we go to sounds, words, sentences, and meaning. We come from mechanical to knowledge. Okay? That's how we move. Now, if we're going to compare both approaches, yes, bottom up focuses on form, accuracy, decoding, details, and top down focuses on meaning, prediction, comprehension, and context. Both are important for receptive skills people. Teachers often combine these to keep a balance. So you must keep a balance between these two. Now, we have for listening and for reading um, different ways to approach it. Now, we have to integrate receptive and productive skills as well. Sometimes, and I have some suggestions here, we have listening as an input and speaking as the output. That is fantastic because students listen to a dialogue and then role play it, or they listen to something and they discuss. However, we also have reading as an input and writing as the output. Students read an article and then they write a short summary, or they write an opinion paragraph, or they write a story, or they write a different ending, or they have different activities to do this. But you can also mix them up. You can also have listening and then writing. They listen to something and they write about it. They listen to a podcast and then they write notes or reflection or an opinion paragraph as well. Or you can also have them listen and then discuss. From what they listen, they can create I don't know, short discussions as in groups, and have them do something with what they had as an input. This is important, people. When they have something coming in, they must have a creative activity for them to produce. Okay? So the information comes out. Now, people, this is the end of video 4. It's really short, as you can see. However, we have reflective questions as part of the exercises in the form. So please, to continue, you can stop the video here, or if you want to rewatch it, you can also do it. Remember to use your notes. This is something you already know. We're just reviewing module 1, okay? So remember the instruction at the beginning was you finish all the exercises for each one of the videos and parts of the class. And at the very end, you go to Canvas and you have your quiz. If you want to use your notes, you can use your notes. But please make sure that in your quiz, you use your authentic performance. I need to see your performance. You cannot use AI help. So please, no artificial intelligence involved. I need you to be using all your senses to answer to the quiz. Okay, the quiz will have multiple choice, we'll have fill in the blanks, and we'll have some short answers. Remember that you will not have the final score for the quiz until I check it, because I have to read your answers and give you your final score. Okay? Have a beautiful evening. People, remember, you have to have your Google Forms complete in order to continue with your test. Have a beautiful evening. I'll see you next week for micro lessons. Prepare, and I will send you as well an email throughout the week to give you more instructions about the micro lesson, because remember, these are group points. Have a beautiful evening. Take care. A big hug. Bye.